Hello there, everyone. Mediocre Otaku here, and today I wanted to talk about the finale of Fairy Tale. I just finished reading it, and I honestly thought it was pretty damn good. Um, I can't really complain too much about any of the decisions that were made. Um, I wish there would have been a little bit more of a concrete resolution between Erza and Jalal, but other than that, um, I liked how they did the stuff with Levy and Gajil about apparently Levy being pregnant, having their kid. The stuff with Gray and Juvia I thought was really nicely done. I thought that was a little cute interaction between the two of them at the party. Um, and I know a lot of people sort of wanted Natsu and Lucy to end up together. Personally, I think Lisana would have made more sense, just given their past. Although I don't really think he should have ended up with anyone, and that is how the story ends. So I'm completely fine with that. I thought it was funny because he even makes Hiro Mashima made it look like Natsu was about to kiss Lucy towards the end. Then he just grabs her by the arm and he runs off with her, saying, "We're going on another adventure." And it turns out that other adventure is a 100-year quest. So I know a lot of people are going to be speculating some sort of other story arc after this. I really don't think there should be one. Obviously, if they do end up going down that route, there's a lot of potential there, because we've never really seen any of those 10-year or 100-year quests. So who knows what all that could entail. Um, but I really don't think we need to see it. I think that was a perfectly fine way of ending the series. Um, and that's it, really. Not, I mean, it's the last chapter. Not a whole lot happens. There was this thing where I guess they were sort of like reincarnations of Mavis and Zareth that showed up during Lucy's party. Um, and it was just kind of weird. It was cool, but it was weird. Um, and they had some sort of interaction, and it looks like they hit it off right away, which is cool because Mavis and Zareth apparently loved each other a lot. Um, and I also thought it was cool that that party that Lucy was at, that it takes place during the month of August, and they comment on that. It's like, oh man, it's a really hot August, which is cool for two reasons. Number one, Mavis and Zareth's kid was named August, and two is that it's August right now, so well, almost August, close enough. It's the end of July, um, so I just thought that was kind of cool. Um, Anything else? Um, the way that so I kind of assumed that the whole chapter would take place at Lucy's party for winning that award, but I was glad that there was a little bit between just her and Natsu afterwards, where she thanked him for basically bringing her into Fairy Tale, and saying that none of the things that she experienced would have happened if it weren't for him, which is true. And I thought it was really cool how Lucy wakes up and Natsu and Happy are just sitting there in her room, because that's been sort of a running theme throughout the show. I really like, at the end of stories when they have little things like that in there and sort of bring things full circle. Um, so yeah, that was the ending of Fairy Tale. Basically, I thought it was very well done. Perfect. It's hard to get a perfect ending for anything. Um, but I liked that a lot better than the last story arc, I'd say. Um, which I really was not a huge fan of. I think they probably could have tied all of the good parts of this final arc into the Tartarus arc, and then just had a way better finish overall. Um, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, it's a lot. It's easy to look back on the flaws of something that someone has already written and say how you would make it better. Um, Anyone can really do that. So, yes, Fairy Tale overall, I'd say, is still a pretty good show. It had a few missteps along the way, but the good parts from it, I would say, outweigh the bad parts. Um, I know a lot of people disagree with that sentiment, but that's how I feel. And it was cool because this is the first show that I have seen from beginning to end, like as it was still running. Um, like Naruto, I lost interest in and I stopped following it. Bleach, I lost interest in and I stopped following it. Toriko, I lost interest in and I stopped following it. But Fairy Tail, I have watched and read since 2011. So this is kind of a big deal for me personally because it's a first that something like this has happened. Dragon Ball Super is going to be the same way. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to react to Dragon Ball Super is over. Um, but I would say, at the very least, if any of you have not watched Fairy Tail, check it out. I'd say the first 48 episodes are a very good sort of complete story. Um, if you want to look into that, that's what is considered the first season. Um, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. Can't help that. Um, that's gonna be it. Um, Hopefully, you guys liked my ramblings on this final Fairy Tale chapter and Fairy Tale as a whole. I know my channel has been very Fairy Tale centric, but it's kind of an important show to me. So yeah, now that it's over, I mean, getting away from it, I'm looking forward to the anime, which I guess will be coming around next year at some point. I've generally preferred the anime to the manga because they sort of do things better than the manga. So hopefully some of the issues I had with this final arc will be sort of fixed in the anime adaptation. But that is it, everyone. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, which I promise will not be Fairy Tale related.